When your father went to jail, when you were 2, that was a life-altering situation for me. That's when I started looking for a job. I said, if I'm going to get a job, I'm going to get a job at a good place. And my thoughts were, if he go to Overbrook High School, he not going to make it. You're going to wind up maybe becoming like your dad. You had your truck, you had your business license, you had insurance, and you were 18. But you had got kicked out of college, and you never shared that with me.
So I had a 1.95 GPA, but you got to get a 2.0 to stay. So because of that 0.5, I couldn't come back.
It has to work or it has to work.
Welcome to Circle of Greatness. I'm your host, Nehemiah Davis. Every week you hear me say we're going to have a special episode, but this one is different, right? I'm bringing in my mom, the lady who birthed me, y'all, the lady who I give a great deal of respect to. The reason why I do a lot of the things I'm doing is because of her. And we basically about to have a conversation, right? So welcome. What's up, Mom?
Hey, son.
How you feeling?
Awesome.
Good, good. Well, you seem like nervous or something. You nervous for the
Because
interview or something?
I don't know what's going to happen.
And neither do I. We just talking. You know, none of my stuff is scripted.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, how you feeling?
I'm healed and whole.
You a miracle, you say?
I'm a miracle.
That's good, that's good.
I am a miracle.
So I want to just give the people a little bit of insight into our life practices that you do. And we're just going to have a conversation. But I guess one of the first ones was, there's a few life-altering moments for me. And one of them was going to Archbishop Carroll, where I got to be only black kid in there. Not only 50 black kids out of 1,000. And I got to spend the night at John's house, who had a 3rd floor for his room. We would leave out his back door. We go see Beth. She had a theater. We then would go out to Malvern to Frank Coco house, and this dude had a pool house and a pool and acres that we ride 4-wheelers on. And despite me not doing good in that school, like acting up, being a knucklehead, that was a major moment for me because I got to see that there was more out there for me, whether it's financially, but you know, we grew up. And even moving up to Overbrook, that was a better life, but it's still a row home. It still wasn't nothing special, like where we'd be like, for black people, it was special. But when I got to see, how my friends was living out there, I'm like, oh, this is a whole new world that I didn't know existed to that point. Yes, you took me skiing. Yes, I got to do things that normally young African Americans don't really do at that year. You know, we talking about 25 years, still a lot of black kids not skiing, but yeah. Other than we take them every year. But what made you send me to that school? Like, what was the idea? Where did you get that thought that I'm going to try to do? Maybe you tried to get me in Front Central. I don't think I was smart enough either. Like, you know how they make you do a test at first. Yeah. But you've been getting kids in those type schools for a long time. But where did that idea come from?
Well, let me just be honest enough to say, when your father went to jail, yeah, when you were 2. Mm-hmm. That was a life-altering situation for me. Okay, now I don't have a male figure to help me raise him, although I had my dad.
Did you have a job then?
At the time, I did not have a job.
So he was taking care of you?
Oh, yeah, yes, for sure. He took very good care of us. Without a shadow of a doubt, he was a great provider. But when he went to jail, that changed my life because it was like, okay, now what am I going to do? Mm. And he went to jail 1 week. No, Uncle Mikhail got killed by the police in 91, 1 week. And then the next week, your father went to jail.
It's a lot of pressure. So you lost your brother.
Both of my 2 financial people who paid my way financially, they both going there. Mm. So it's like, okay, what am I going to do now? Yeah. Something has to give. So I decided that's when I started looking for a job. I said, if I'm going to get a job, I'm going to get a job at a good place. So I tried Amtrak, that didn't work, and then I tried SEPTA. But I've always had a relationship with God. So when your father went away to jail when you were 2, I was like, now, Lord, what am I going to do? And then I made a decision that whatever kind of job I'm going to get, it has to be a good job. I applied for Amtrak, that didn't work, and then I applied for SEPTA, and I was able to get in. So that's where my financial foundation started with SEPTA. And
but if my dad was there, you didn't have to work.
No, I wouldn't have to work.
Right.
Because he bought my clothes by the season, and just everything was provided.
You had you a dope boy.
Well, it's nothing
He's
to
selling
be
dope,
proud
right?
about. Hey, we want to take it and be nice about it. His lifestyle was a lifestyle that was for me. And that's one thing I want to say this to ladies. Like, you have to be careful to the type man that you're going to choose in your life, because it can alter your life, one, and be careful, because whoever you bring into your life is going to affect your children's life as well.
Yeah.
So because I brought your father into my life, it affected you, because guess what? I wound up being a single parent, and you didn't have a father figure.
Yeah.
So you see how inviting the wrong person to your life can haunt your future.
Yeah.
So I had to raise you by myself, right? Thank God for your grandma, who was very instrumental, who was just like took care of you while I drove the bus, and sometimes you would come right up the bus, you know. And as from that moment, fast forward to high school, living in Overbrook, that was the school you would go to. And my thoughts were, if he go to Overbrook High School, he not gonna make it. You're gonna wind up maybe becoming like your dad.
Right.
So I said, I gotta find another way. And since I was in touch with, getting other children into private schools, I knew of all the schools that I needed to apply for you.
Mm-hmm.
I applied, you got in, but then I got flagged from some the twins that I got flagged, because now here I am trying to educate you. And it wasn't a good thing as far as the household was concerned. But I made up my mind it didn't matter. I'm going to educate my son no matter what. You're going to be well educated. And then that's when you went to the school.
Got flat because you had to pay for it.
And yes.
That was like a few $100s a month.
Oh, it was expensive.
It's like $4,000 a year, right? At the time. And that was a lot of money.
Yes, for sure.
So about $400 a month, probably.
$450.
Yeah. It's almost a paycheck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I said no matter what. If I have to clean toilets at night, whatever I got to do, you're going to be educated. Mm-hmm. And so from then, that's when you felt like that changed your life. So that changed both of our lives.
Yeah. So that was part one. I still got kicked out. And so then I got kicked out and went to Miss Joyner's school. How you get me in her school?
So what happened was, it's a lady by the name of Miss Mary Mason, and she worked on WDAS and WHT for years. And so she would always talk about Miss Joyner. And she would say, you need to send your kids to Veron Joyner School. You need to send whoever has some kids that's wayward, they just want to get a good education. You need to send them to Veron Joyner School. When you got kicked out of the school, I said, oh my God, what am I going to do? And Miss Mary Mason words came into my mind. Miss Veron Joyner School. I went to the school with your report card. I waited 4 hours for her to just walk through. Everybody that called on the phone, they said, oh, it's no more space. It's no more space. It's no more space. I heard that the whole 4 hours. She walked through. I went over to her. I was like, Miss Joyner, this is my son, Nehemiah. Here's his report card. He got kicked out of the school. She looked at it, glanced. She said, I'll take him. And you've been with her ever since. She has been amazing to you, like a mother figure. She has done so many great things for you, like your first business. She gave your first business contract.
She probably bought some of the first curriculums.
She bought your curriculum for her school.
Yeah.
She gives to our foundation. Like, she has nonstop giving you since you've been a part of her life.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. I think, and the school is closing down, so I may do the keynote speech there.
Did she have you set up for that already?
Yeah, wasn't it
June 11th?
June 11th. Okay, yeah. So that's cool. So to that point, yeah, I had a stepdad. I told you don't marry my stepdad. Like I sat on my grandma's step, and I knew that wasn't. It's good that my sisters are here, but I don't know. I had a bad feeling about that.
I'm surprised you've been saying stepdad, because here we go again. 2 times, ladies, wrong choice of men. You got to be careful who you invite into your life, because it's going to trickle down to your children, and you just don't want that to happen. It's just not a good thing. So here I have you, then I have twins, chose the wrong men. Thank God for his grace and mercy that people supported you, and thank God for the people around the twins, like the grandmama again, and everybody else who supports them, their Aunt Niecy, and just everybody who loved them. Thank God for that. Yeah. Other than that, you just don't know how you guys would have turned out without their support.
Yeah. So there's a few things that I remember as a kid. Like, I always remember, like, don't lie, cheat, steal, sneak. Don't lie, cheat, steal. So a lot of that still play in my mind today. But a lot of people always like, yo, we didn't know I would make it, meaning to this point. I still don't feel like we really made nothing yet. We still got a lot more work to do. But they, like, talk about the power of prayer. Like you said, you used to pray every day or something, or just so people could understand. I think you pray a lot. Like sometimes it'd be too long for me, but but.
Again, when your father went away to jail, I said what I'm going to do. So I made up my mind at night, I'm going to get down on my knees while you were asleep, and I'm going to pray. Mm-hmm. And this is the prayer that I would pray. Oh, Lord, I pray that you will bless Nehemiah not to lie, cheat, steal, or sneak, sell drugs, do drugs, become a juvenile delinquent, get somebody pregnant. That was my 8 things I would pray every night about you, right? And to this day, God answered. You don't drink, you don't smoke, you didn't get nobody pregnant, you wasn't juvenile, you don't curse. Even your friends say, no, he don't curse. So,
I did curse when I was younger.
But I don't think it was excessive. Like,
yeah, no, not crazy. Yeah. Mine
so
was
with that
light.
being said, I believe the prayers that I prayed for you,
they work.
They are, and when Bishop Coleman, when you were 4 months, I had you dedicated back to the Lord. Bishop Coleman held you up and lifted you up to the Lord, and he spoke life over you. But everything that he said, that's what you are today.
It's good. Yeah, that's powerful. Just power of prayer is serious.
Yeah.
So parents should pray over their kids every day.
Yeah.
Even when they doing wrong, because like doing bad, like where you like, yo, they're actually doing bad. They're not even doing great.
Oh, for sure. Like, before you walked out the door every day, I would anoint your head with oil, and you had to say before you walked out the door, I will not lie, cheat, steal, or sneak.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was mandatory.
Yeah, I remember that part.
Yeah, but so again, ladies, gentlemen, pray over your children. It's a psalm, my favorite psalm. Psalm 37, verse 5, commit thy way unto the Lord, trust in him, and he shall bring it to pass. So I committed you to the Lord, and I trusted in him, and so here we are today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so next up, I remember, let's talk about the business. Like, let's talk about, one thing I say, a lot of people flex online. I'm like, y'all retired my mom like 10 years ago. I feel good about that. I don't know how long. It's probably been a long time.
Longer.
Maybe longer.
Oh, so this is what I want
with no money. Or no, do we talk about the giving back first? Like, that's how we really got started, right? Just on some, then you wanted me to like do something with the Olympic kids.
I wanted you to do Special Olympics.
Special Olympics.
And
I remember
you said,
that.
no, Mom, I can't do it because you would say that you just couldn't stand to see children hurt.
Yeah.
So you couldn't do the Special Olympics. Then I wanted to take you to the hospital in costumes for you to tear up the children. You was like, no, I can't get into the costume because I can't stand to see it hurts me to see the children sick. And so you was like, hire somebody and let them get in it. And then where we really got started from, I had decided, I was like, Nehemiah, you just got your new job. You're going to give me your extra money. And I told you I wanted to get back to the community. You said, how we going to do it? I said,
no, I had my business. I had the fruit truck.
That's what I'm talking about.
But before we get there, I need to tell them, like, you didn't help me get my business.
Oh, God, you are not going to let me live it down.
I am not.
But guess
I will
what?
never.
When they hear the truth of the matter, let's take a poll. Let's take a poll. Like, when y'all hear the truth of the matter as to my why, let's see what the...
Your why is crap.
Okay,
you just didn't want to do it.
Let's talk about it.
I said...
How long did you ask me to go get
I said, go get my business license downtown, help me out, and you would not go get it. I had to do everything on my own.
Exactly. So
you should have helped me.
Why? No.
You helped my sisters.
The why should... See, this is a sibling rivalry.
No,
thing.
you helped my sisters.
I did not.
You want me to help them?
No, but listen.
Nobody helped me. My grandma helped me. That's the only person that helped me.
But why did I not go?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't recall.
Because it was your business. This is why I didn't do it. And you're saying I should have helped you, but it was your business.
You helped your sisters? My sisters?
You will not get over that. I don't do no more for them than I do for you. That's the funny part. But listen, the reason why I didn't help, it was your business.
I know.
I couldn't sign the paper.
It was Tyler's
for you.
business too when she opened her spa. You still helped
Tyler,
her.
I know you. Ooh, Tyler. Son, It was your business. I couldn't sign the papers for your business. Like, for me to go open up your business would have been void because I couldn't sign the papers for you. That's why I didn't go.
You could have helped. You didn't help at all. So anyway, I'm happy though I did do it myself.
Yes,
and that's why I don't, like, people got to go.
On your birthday.
Yeah, I don't remember when we did it.
You came pulling up with a truck.
Yeah.
Even though it was told to your grandma.
Yeah, I did a lot of finessing, man.
It was told to your grandmas. You had your truck, you had your business license, you had insurance, you were licensed and bonded, and you were 18.
Yeah. I was 18?
Yeah.
Well, what business? The fruit truck?
The fruit truck.
I don't even remember.
You just graduated high school.
I don't even remember. Well, no, I was in college. I got kicked out of college first.
Okay. So when did you get your fruit truck then?
I went to college.
Actually, you had the bubblegum boy job when you would get the gum off the ground.
I don't remember. That's why I'm about to do interviews with everybody who was with me around that time because they got a better memory than me. I was 18.
You did the bubblegum boy.
Yeah.
Because she gave you your first contract.
Right. Yeah. Then I got the fruit truck after I got fired from the private airport. Yeah. But then where were we talking about now?
About the when you got the fruit truck, you came and you was licensed by.
Oh yeah, no. So what I need people to understand, just like, you got to understand the power of using your resources. And I'm not telling you to finesse because I've kind of finessed it. So one of the things you needed to go get a fruit truck was you needed a working truck because you had to go get checked out. You had to. And I didn't have all the money. Like, I was figuring it out. But one of the requirements is you got to take the working truck that you're going to use to sell the fruit out of the back of to the health inspection place. So they go ahead and basically review it, make sure it's good. And once they review it, then they'll give you a sticker that you could put on the truck. I couldn't afford a truck, so I borrowed somebody's truck to go do the health inspection.
Wow.
I got the paperwork. And then I went and bought a truck from the auction for $300-$400 that didn't work. I took the truck and towed it to the spot and just slapped the paper on there.
Stop.
And then what most people don't know, the truck then had no window on the front. Couldn't afford a window, so I went and got a tarp. So when they come by and say, why you got a tarp on there? Oh, we try and keep the heat out. But that's how, and that truck sat there for like 2 years, and that's when I had a problem with David Groverman, who's a mentor of mine. But what a lot of people don't understand, like, yo, you got to do what it takes sometimes. Like, you, like, figure out a way. And that was my way of figuring it out because I didn't have no money. When you ain't got no money, you got to use your resources. You got to use some wits. And I don't know if that's wrong, but it was, I didn't harm or do nothing bad. It's just, this is a truck I may use occasionally.
But you know what, the thing that struck me the most about you, I never knew you didn't have money.
Where else I get money from?
I mean, you didn't make it a big deal. You know,
I never.
People,
you would never know if I don't have money.
They say, oh, I don't have money.
No.
You never mentioned whether you had money or didn't have money. You were always happy.
I read a book about, and I don't know what book it was, but he talks about having no chinks in your armor.
Right.
So the idea behind that concept is even when you're doing bad, you never let no one know it or they're going to use it against you. So even if I'm doing bad right now, you will not know it, ever.
Yeah.
It's rare that I'm going to let you know that I'm doing bad.
I did not have
And I was doing bad for a long time.
I had no, but you made it look like you just had so much.
Because I gave myself no other option.
And you were doing so much.
Oh, I know how to do the trips. I had to play. Trip play, as Maddie would call it. Yeah. But I saw that to say, like, I made up in my mind at that moment I was mentally unemployable and entrepreneurship must work for me. So even doing bad, I didn't look at it as doing bad because I knew this was my only option or death. And most people are not willing to take it that far. I am.
Yeah.
I was going to make this work. So if that mean how we did the truck thing, do that mean not eating all day till I got home? I didn't eat all day on a fruit truck till I got home every day at 7:30 and watch Wheel of Fortune with my grandma and eat whatever she made.
Well, the twins said that you guys were sharing. You would buy a sandwich from Subway and y'all would split it 3 ways because you didn't have the money.
Yeah, I did.
I was like, wow.
I'll buy the rice. I remember the rice. I bought the rice. It was $1.25, rice and gravy, and I would eat that. And I only was able to do that if I got a tip.
I had no clue. You see the truck, you see the fruit piled up. You just think, oh, he's doing
I wasn't making
well.
no money for a long time.
Wow.
But that's when you said, hey, we making money. We need to.
I said, you're going to give me your extra money.
And I wasn't really making no money, but we did it. And that's when we just started giving back to the community. And we just haven't stopped.
I took him for a turkey ham and some rolls. And Chris Granderson donated a box of chips, right? So I had the Poppy store slice up the turkey ham. We went down, we made Paul, your grandmom, the twins and I, we did assembly line. Somebody mayonnaise the bread, lettuce, tomatoes, meat. We packed it up, took it to 18th and Vine. And then set up the table in 2 minutes. The food was gone. I came back and told you what happened. You was like, no, don't lie, Mom. The food was still there. Yeah. And you went back the following week. Mm-hmm. And after that, 10, 12 years straight?
Like 7.
7?
Well, I did it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was longer, but that I might have personally
We didn't miss a Monday.
Yeah, maybe a couple.
They were waiting for you to show up because they knew you were coming with ice creams. You said, I want to give them everything they can't get. Yeah. You said, I want to make sure they get pizza and water ice. And then you had all your friends bring sneakers. And it was just an amazing thing. I mean, we was under trees in the snow, the rain, the sleet, the hell. It didn't matter. And that's kind of like where we took off it with service.
Yo, I've had the privilege to help hundreds and hundreds of people all around the world open up their own profitable event spaces utilizing my signature formula. Number 1, how to find a space. Number 2, how to fund the space and how to automate the space. I've been in Atlanta, Georgia now living for 2 years. My spaces are still in Philadelphia operating, doing extremely well because we use the same exact formula that I break down, right? If you're interested in learning how we can help you, I want you to go to eventsspacesecrets.com, watch a training or book a call with our team to see if you are a good fit. Again, this is for you specifically if you're looking for other ways to leverage your money and turn that into other streams of income, right? I don't believe there's a better time than right now for you to get tapped into the information in the game that can help you. So again, go to eventsspacesecrets.com, watch the training or book a call with our team to see if you're a good fit for this opportunity. Let's go.
So I got this concept that I actually came up from that is really serve your way to success. Like you ingrained giving back in me. And it's a part of it. You got to do it almost. Whether you call that your ties, whether you need to be making a difference in the lives of someone else. And I was just at Tiffany Montgomery conference and they said God or I'm not sure who, but they really like when you feed when you provide for the homeless. Yes. That's like the highest regard based on what they were saying. But this whole concept of serve your way to success is powerful, whether you're doing that for people, whether you help like just serve. Yeah. It's like,
well, I call it serving, but I think one of the things I also instilled in you is tithing. And that's another part of it, whether you giving a portion of your income to the less fortunate. And I really believe a large part of your success is coming from when you got started and you would willingly give me the tithe and we would go buy this food or whatever I asked you for. Even up to this day, whatever I ask you for the less fortunate, you just give up the money. And I just pray that God will continue to bless you for that and may you never stop. That's what I hope for you. Like, you know, even now, no matter how much money you make, I want you to make sure you pay your tithes. Mm-hmm. Because God say, how will a man rob me? You say you rob me in tithes and offering when you don't bring me the money. He said, I give you the 90%. I just ask you for 10. Mm-hmm. So just, make sure you always giving your tithes.
Yeah, you tell me that every week.
I know.
I don't think you're going to stop.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But it's something I wanted to talk to you about that I didn't know. And I was kind of disappointed to hear you say it, that you had got kicked out of college and you never shared that with me. I just found out, like, when you start telling this story.
Yeah, that was partly Rich's fault. Hanging out with Rich, he beating kids up, and I had a bad GPA. So I had a 1.95 GPA. I said GPS. But you got to get a 2.0 to stay. So because of that 0.5, they made me I couldn't come back.
And you got kicked out and you never told me.
I don't remember what I told you.
You never told me. I said, well, school started back. Oh, you said, I'm not going to go this semester. But you never told me the real reason.
Well, now you know.
And
blame it on Rich. Rich is partly Rich's fault, hanging out with the wrong people. I was watching too much Marlon Wayans every day. I wasn't going. I only really had classes Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah, that was sweet. I used to work at college for Sodexo. I used to wash the dishes. Yeah, I remember that.
I tried to get your honorary degree, but they haven't responded yet. They probably looked at your record and said, we can't give them one.
Well, yeah, I'll take one from there. There's a lot of phony joints out here. I'll take one from a real, like a university like that. Yeah, give me one of them joints.
I'm still working on that one.
Yeah, Dr. Davis.
Yeah, right. That would be cool.
Yeah. They probably will do that, though.
Well, I've told you
We go give them a little commencement speech, get 10, 15-minute pup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be good. I'll take that honorary degree.
It's when they go back, they look at the record. See, that's the thing. They want to say, oh, he got kicked out. I don't know if that's honorary.
Yeah, but now it is. I mean, things has changed.
You are successful now.
Yeah, because I'm telling them I took one of the business classes they had. You know what I'm saying? I don't even remember what classes I was taking. I was taking 098 English. That's like the remedial English, they call it.
To bring you up to college.
Yeah, I was taking 098 math. Like I took a lot of stuff that just it didn't cut it. Oh, then I went to community college. I forgot I went to community college too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's fast forward now to now. Really, it's just.
Well, I want to talk about when you were a little boy. I would say to you, son, I want to have an herb store on 52nd Street.
Yeah.
So I would say that to you every now and then, son, I want to have an herb store on 52nd Street. Mm-hmm. And one day you said, Mom, go find your herb store on 52nd Street. Mm-hmm. So I went and I found the herb store right on 52nd Street, right directly across from our original family business that my dad had, Milty's Photography Studio on 52nd and Girard. So I found the perfect location, perfect space, told you about it. You said apply. Again, for people, sometimes your credit may not be what you think it should be or what you need it to be for something, but if your integrity can speak for you, then let your integrity speak. So I know that I didn't have the best credit at that moment. So I wrote a nice little letter with my application. I said, although my credit will not reflect my integrity, I'm asking you to give me an opportunity to show you that I could be a great business owner. Mm-hmm. So you say, okay, I got the building. You gave me all the money. You fully stocked it.
Well, what we had.
But this is the funny thing. I call myself going to have this big grand opening. I'm going to invite all the politicians. I'm going to invite Curtis Jones and the Janie Blackwells. And you was like, Mom, what you waiting for? And I said, I'm just waiting to get some more items. You said, no, open with what you have. Mm-hmm. So that's somebody waiting out here to open because you're waiting for more. Open with what you have. So I opened it with what I had. The grand opening was amazing. Mm-hmm. People came from all over to support you. You helped work, the twins, Savina, we were all a family unit. And for 12 years, we helped the community. Yeah, 12 years. We served the community. We did the best we could to get them healed, whole, and satisfied.
Time moving by fast. Time ain't waiting for nobody.
Nope, 12 years. So I just wanted to say thank you for believing in me in such a way that you would take your hard-earned money.
So it's been 12 because you haven't had a job in how long?
Since a long time. I haven't worked a real job in so long.
But at least 12 years for the business.
The 12 years for the business, that was your doing. That God bless you. I don't give you the credit. I give the credit to God. God bless you to bless me. Mm-hmm. Right? I never want to steal his glory, but he blessed you to bless me. And that's why I pray in return that because the Bible say honor your father and your mother so that your days may be long, because you honor me in such a way that I'm praying that your days will be long and that you're going to have longevity in everything that you do. So that's my new prayers that I'm praying for you. But yeah, you blessed me with my business. I think that it was amazing. It was incredible. The reason why I wanted an herbal business was because when you were like a baby, maybe not a baby, maybe 2 or 3, I had went for a physical, and it was like, oh, you got high blood pressure. High blood pressure? I'm 20-something. I can't have high blood pressure. And so the lady said, well, I'm going to put you on high blood pressure medicine. And I was like, no, you're not. And so I said, I'll come back to see you in 30 days. I went home and I just started doing research on herbs for high blood pressure. Come to find out potassium, calcium, magnesium are 3 minerals that would keep your pressure in check. So I went and I purchased the calcium, magnesium, and potassium. Went back to see the doctor in 30 days, and blood pressure was normal. So that's one instance of why I believe in vitamins, herbs, and minerals. One instance. My second instance, I had hurt myself on the job, and they sent me to get an ultrasound on my back. When I went to go get this ultrasound, they said, oh, you need to go see your GYN. So I go to see my GYN, and the GYN said I had a cyst of the size of a grapefruit on my ovary. And I said, oh, really? Okay, let me do my herbal research on cysts. I called up a herbalist in Utah that Dr. Christopher's son, David Christopher, I called him, and he told me what to do to get rid of the cysts. I did everything specifically as he mentioned what to do for the cysts, and the cysts passed out of me. That's the second instance. The third instance, the twins at a dance recital, and my heart was beating really fast. And I said, oh, my heart is beating so fast, I just don't know what I should do. I'm going to go to the emergency room. I get to the emergency room. Charmaine, our neighbor, took me to the emergency room. And they said, oh, your heart beating 158 beats a minute. And then the doctor said, can I stop your heart to see why it's beating so fast? I said, sir, as sick as I am, that don't even sound right, no. He gave me some heart medicine, and he watched me walk out the door, but the way he was looking at me, it's like, this lady Gray dropped dead. I got out, I went home, did my herbal research again. I took and was sitting there. If I moved, my heart would flutter. Whatever I did, my heart would flutter. So I happened to be listening to the radio one day, and it was a man on the radio by the name of Dr. Wyatt, and he was saying, oh, come to me if you're not feeling well. I think I can help you. My consultations are going to be free, but your herbs may cost you $150 to $200. I said, well, at the rate I'm going, I need to go down here. I went to his herb store for 40th and Ludlow. It was 100 people waiting to see him. I get in line, wait my turn. I walk up to him and see him. He said, oh, Myra, it's not your heart, it's your thyroid. Gave me herbs for thyroid. So I have 3 major things happen to me that herbs healed me from. So that's why I'm a proponent of believing in herbs. Yeah. And so that's why when I say I got to get an herb store. But this is I had an affinity with herbs even before then. Yeah. I knew that they were good. So if anybody, again, you're listening and you don't feel well, I'm asking all people to consider always getting a second, third, fourth opinion. I had 7 people working on me. I had a herbalist. I had a Chinese doctor. I got massage therapy. I got energy medicine. I got reflexology. I got colonics. I did it all. I did not wait and let me become a statistics underneath somebody's hands. I incorporated everything that I could for my healing. So if I had something to say today for somebody that don't feel good, don't just depend on your doctor. You better invest and invite everybody that you can to get yourself healed. Because the Bible said, physician, heal yourself. And he said, herbs are for the healing of the nations. The leaves are for the healing of the nations, and that's the herbs.
That's good. That's good. So listen, that's what I want to do, man. We're going to make this part 1. We're going to come back, do part 2, so the people care. We're going to bring some question and answer. So if y'all got questions for my mom, put them in the comments. We're going to come back, do part 2, and talk about some whole other things that we haven't talked about. If you want to leave them with a word, let us check us out.
The word would be, like I told you, I had no offense. Everybody got something they want to plug. I want to plug God.
Plug him.
I got to plug God because he has been my every single thing from day one. And for anybody who do not have a relationship right now with God, it is so important that you establish a relationship, because every single thing else is falling away, it's falling apart. Things are dead and dormant, no life right now. So if I were to leave you with anything, get a relationship, establish a relationship with the Lord. More importantly, invite Jesus Christ in to be your Lord and Savior, because it does say that every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Jesus is Lord. And we all need his grace and his mercy at this time. So that's what I would like to leave you with. Invite Jesus in. Let him come in and reign and rule, reign supreme and supremely reign in your whole life, in your family life, in your children's life. And bless you.
Let's get it, y'all. So listen, man, hope y'all enjoyed that. We'll see you on the next show. Let's go.